toast is still going to stay in the Williams. Basically, damage showing after the qualifying, we prepare doing the custom.
It's online. Hour and 2 minutes ago, barbecue man. So we're looking at 4. That guy Jermaine's playing FIFA. Pope Star. Yeah? Might as well, he's online. Call me Pablo, come on. That's the 4.
I'm happy I can see RJB here.
No, he's not in this tier.
Alright.
Yeah, that's alright. Try sack a penny. Retro's online. There's 3 more.
I just posted the tickets, the opinion, what I see. If you have anything
no worries. Another thing which I just realised is anybody who sends in a ticket, you need to get the perspective of the person they're reporting.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm just I asked Toast already. Not Toast, who was it? RJB.
No worries.
Welcome everybody, here we are again, Phoenix Racing League, Tier 5, Sunday edition. We have another Canadian GP just like yesterday. If today is anything like yesterday, it will be an interesting one because yesterday was probably one of the craziest races I've called with the weather. We went from dry to rain, to heavier rain, back to rain, to heavier rain. I believe our winner yesterday was on a 5-stop strategy, so we'll hope to not have anything like that today, and it be clear cut one or the other, and see what happens here for him. Countdown has begun. Welcome everybody who's joining. Yep, I did. I should just have the points pulled up there, Miller. Miller says he's only got a 16-point gap in this one. We'll go through that here during the qualifying session and try to bring you the rest of this action as we go. Welcome everybody to the chat. Thank you very much. As always, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, share this thing around. Let's help me get to 200 before the end of the month. We were at 181 just before we started here, so just 19 more to go here before the end of the month. Closing in on it. Dry qualifying and race tonight, says chart, so a little more straightforward here. Even in dry conditions, Canada, the circuit here can definitely heat some people up, so we will see what happens. As always, let's see.
The track is pretty quiet at the moment.
Looks like a Mercedes is going to be the first one out. Is that Ole? Ole's going to be your first one out on track. Oh, I'm not throwing any predictions in this one just yet. How about you, Toast? You got any predictions? Where are you going tonight? Pulling up the points here, we do have DPR Miller leading the way in the Alfa Romeo. 76 points with 3 rounds to go. He's got a 16-point lead on Ice 19 in the AlphaTauri. 60 points for Ice 19. Then Gutterwill with 53 points runs in third. Sharpman in fourth with 49 points. And then you got Iceman 1997 with 45. They're in the top 5. They're all 5 of your race winners. You got DPR Miller with 2 race wins this season, along with 3 podiums. Ice 19 has 1 race win and 2 podiums. Same thing goes for Gunnerwell. He has 1 race win and 2 podiums. Chartman down there has 2 podiums. And then we got a race win and podium for Iceman, 1997. You can see quite a bit of traffic as Ole has invalidated. So we'll jump over. Let's ride along with our points leader now. Alfa Romeo currently on an outlap, so we'll keep an eye on him. Toast is calling in the top 10 for him. Well, good luck on that one, sir. Our constructor standings, Alfa Romeo leading the way. DPR Miller leading that fight. They got 104 points. 23-point lead over the Alpine team with 81. After that, you got Williams with 70. AlphaTauri with 62 in fourth. And then fifth will be the Ferrari team with 46 points. Trying to get my audio right on my side, guys. Apologize about that. As we see Miller pulls off there. He must have invalidated that last section. If you invalidate there, you are invalidated for the next lap as well. You'll definitely see plenty of that in this qualifying session. Talked about yesterday, this is one of the tracks that has the most invalidations, and you'll see tons of them. The key is to try not to, of course. As Gunnerwell goes up top there in the Alpine, 1:11.090. So with the dry qualifying, we'll have a little bit different scenario than yesterday. Yesterday we had the rain come in with about 5 minutes to go and just dampened everybody. Any improvement for the last 5 minutes was a little bit of a lackluster.
Copy that.
So we'll see Miller going to come around and set another one, or is he going to go in and put on some fresh tires? Top 10 will start on the tires they qualify their best time on. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's stay on though with Miller. He looks to be on the mediums right now. So I'd imagine he's going to come around and put another lap in. Maybe not. His ERS was burnt up there, so he's going to be coming in, throw a fresh set on, and give it another whirl. You're going to see a ton of invalidations and honestly a ton of penalties. So we're right along with Joey here. Joey in the McLaren heading down into turn 1. Actually, turn 2 and 3, I believe it is, because that little kink on the front stretch in that corner. Heading down. This chicane will bring some action today. We'll see plenty of guys there spinning on their own, along with some side-by-side. The side-by-side action is possible. There's a lot of trust in the other driver next to you. So we'll hope for the best in that one. We can see some more people filing in. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate that. Like as always, throw a follow. That's the biggest thing right now, trying to grow this channel some more. So, trying to hit that 200 mark. We hit the 200 mark. I will do a special event here in the month of February and bring you guys some a little bit different of action here. As you can see Joey coming down on his first hot lap. He's going to come into this final sector just on the edge of invalidation. Does keep it clean. He's going to set his first time of the night. It's going to be a 1:11.957. No complaints there. That's that's good banker. Let come out, set a lap. With the invalidations and what could happen with DNS, you never know what can happen. So a 1:11.9 could work out for you in the long run. Looks like Startman just came over the line next with a 1:11.3. He's on the mediums. You can see quite a few drivers on the mediums. 50% race here in Canada, you're looking at 35 laps. And honestly, to me, a one-stop, most people can one-stop, borderline a 2, but I honestly think that the safety cars are going to play into that action and affect that whole idea. While I was chatting there, we did see Nixie up front is 1:10.390. Fresh new reserve. Actually was in the test with him the other day. Pace, definitely got quite a bit of pace on. When he's got that much pace, I can't keep up, so it's hard to say, it's how fast. And we did lose a driver. Over here, you see right there. What's that? It looks like he drove straight into the wall. Not exactly sure what happened there with Ragnar. We're on board with Ice 19 there. Top 5 in the points right now. Sitting in a good spot. We got the Canadian GP tonight. After this, there'll be 2 events left. That is kind of the deciding factor. It's a nice short season, so DNS will hurt you. Our leader does have 1 retirement as long as Ice 192. First and second hand retirements that they have. The worst finish between the 2 of them, other than that, is 6th with Miller last week in China. Especially this week, we got Brazil, the Brazilian GP. That want to be exciting. Quick lap there, good racing. As we can see, Ice 19 come through that final sector, that final chicane. He's going to set a 1:10.949. That puts him in P3. He is on the sauce, got him surrounded by some mediums there, so definitely going to be a strategy race. And as we were saying, no rain, so it is 100% a tire strategy. So then after Brazil next week, we go to Singapore. Singapore for a championship, that's exciting to me. Probably not to a lot of drivers, but I enjoy Singapore, so that one will be a fun one to call. Honestly, one of the longest races on the calendar, especially if it rains. If it rains there, it feels like you did like 200% races by the time you're done. So, yeah, Milton's going to come across to a 1:10.121. Miller went up top with a 1:09.955. Missed that one. That's your points leader out front. Milton, the newer driver. He's been here a few weeks now. Definitely in tough last. Yesterday was leading a good chunk of the race and then ended up having a penalty at the end that knocked him down. Behind him, you got Groenfeld. Groenfeld is a hit or miss, man. He's always fast. and sometimes self-taught, sometimes not self-taught, but he definitely does not have the luck. If he gained even just a little bit of luck, he would be in this championship fight, no question. Like I say, he's got a ton of days, so he'll hope for a great run today. He's got his lap time on the softs up there, that 1:10.260, about 3/10 off. Maybe looking to improve a little bit here. And no, he's actually a little bit off on his time, so it's over to, it looks like Waza is going to be coming around now. He is on an out lap, so he'll look to start his for, not the first lap. He's got a 1:11.665 sitting in 13th. Currently only 2 drivers without a time set, which is a good thing to see. I know, like I said, the struggle of track limits here. I think yesterday at this point in time, we had like 5 or 6 drivers still without time set, so 2 drivers without time. I see Ragnar is out, it has retired, and then you got 2 there in the hot. He's in the pit still, so maybe looking to make one ditch effort at the end. We'll see how that one works out for him. Invalidated for Fran. He's going to go ahead and come in. Is that James Powers? James Powers put on a thrilling show yesterday. You know, didn't quite get the finish he was set up to get, but did still bring it home and still gained the most positions out of everybody. So you see not a lot of action going on right now, either invalidated or on out laps for everybody I've gone by. Looks like Waza will be the next one around in the Mercedes. See what he can do to improve that 1:11.665. I didn't catch what the split was at the last one. We'll watch him come through this final chicane down this front stretch and see what he can do. Good run through that chicane, actually. That was probably one of the cleanest ones we've seen so far. He's going to jump to a 1:11.045 on the soft tires. He does jump up into the top 10. Look at 9th, 10th, 11th there. That is some crazy timing. And heck, even throwing ice 1.9 in that as Nixie goes up top now with a 1:09.721. About a little over 2/10 there over Miller. So Nixie, I don't know if he's done a race yet with us. I know, like I say, he did the test this week. And not sure if he's done a race. Anybody knows that, go ahead and throw it in there. I know he wasn't in the race yesterday, but definitely interested to see how kind of race pace this guy's got. Come to a 35 lap race, can he bring it home, and can he keep himself up in front? Miller, obviously a speedy veteran there, your point leader, so we'll see what he's got when we get this thing going. We're down to just over 5 minutes in qualifying here. It looks like we had another driver. Mark and Alfie did make it. I originally thought he wasn't going to make it. Mark, another one yesterday, had, I want to say 7 or 8 stops in that race. He had Jeff throw the wrong tires on 2 or 3 times. Still brought it home and collected some points. You know, wasn't a stellar finish by any means, but after some of the things that had happened, he didn't give up. You see a lot of guys give up in those situations and just park it and collect no points. He didn't do that. He kept it going and collected those points, so it's good to see he made it today. So now we got an 18-car grid. So that's a good start to this night. We're going to want to see a good chunk of those guys finish tonight. Like we saw yesterday, Canada can claim them. Canada in the rain can claim more, but Canada in general does claim some drivers. Will claim some wheels, will claim some wings. We're going to hope for the cleanest race we can get. Snow definitely pushing every bit of limit of that track limit. He's up just under 3/10 on his other time. That's going to jump him up roughly 2 spots. He'll be looking at a second or third as it stands, but this final sector can definitely change a lot. That hairpin, you can gain or lose a lot. And this chicane up here, you can definitely gain. And we saw through that other chicane, he was definitely pushing the limits of those tires. Comes here, looks like James Powers is going to retire. Looks like that was in the pit. Snoking up to P2. Look at that. Split from 1 to 3 there. 7-2-1 down to a 7-8-7. So these guys are bringing the excitement. Like I say, one thing that always happens, there's a little bit of a pace difference from the top to the bottom, but you have these clusters of drivers who put up these times that are just amazing, the splits on them. What's up, barbecue man? Feeling any better today? I see you're not racing, so it must not be 100% yet. Appreciate you joining the stream, though. Make sure you share it around. Give it to everybody you know. Looks like Snoken. Set a purple sector 2 there. Is he still pushing? Top 10. Like I say, top 10 starts on those tires they are on. We are on the best set, so the best lap set. The only one on medium is Lack right now in 9th, so he's sitting in a pretty good spot to play that strategy. I'll let you know a little monkey secret. I never start a medium. Snow can get a jump to the pole with a 109.560. So that purple sector 2 was a valid one. He pushed the limit and is at a 109.5. I mean, it's a smoking time. So we'll see the Haas bringing this thing home. Does he have enough to hold it up there? Anybody else going to jump in? We see everybody in the pit still. I would imagine you're going to start seeing some of these drivers pull out. They got to come out now if they're going to have an attempt. We have 2 minutes to go. Take you that long to get around and get a time in. Jump over here. Is that Fran coming across? He's going to start a hot lap. See what Fran can do here. We'll ride on board for this lap. We're under 2 minutes to go here in qualifying session for the Canadian GP Team 13 League Sundays T5 division. I don't know why I would say T5 division. It's Tier 5, not division stuff. Event. How about that? The T5 Sunday event. That's what we're going with. See Chartman jump back up there a little bit more. He's in 5th now. One more Frank coming through this middle of sector 2. Quick track here, like you see in the lap times. You're at a 109.5. You hustle around this track. Seems like it's a longer track, but the next thing you know, you are on top of that start-finish line again. Welcome, Jay Hogg, to the chat. I appreciate the bananas in the chat. As we see, Oli has retired. Off to the left. Not sure what happened there. That's kind of in the middle of the straight, so. And that's already done, so.
I think I'm gonna put on one lap of this office.
What happened there, fellas? Oh, dead in the middle of the field. Turn 1 here is a hectic turn. There's a lot of room leading up to it, really. But then it crunches down, and you'll watch guys that are hopping the curb through the grass. We'll see 3 and 4 wide attempts throughout this thing. So, yeah, like you say, first laps are interesting, because the good thing is we'll have a good camera here. Normally on lap number 1, it's doing that overhead view of it, and it gives you the best look at all of it.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Jump on Chartman here. Looks like he's almost 3 tenths up on his lap. That's going to jump him up into the realm of the top 4. A little bit more gets him into the podium area. So we'll see what he can do as he is backing off now. Must not be happy with what he had there. So he'll be content with a 110.369. Sitting in P5 right now. Let's see what we got. Waza, is that Waza coming around next? It is a 109.478 for the top now for Nixie. So Nixie and Snow can really fighting this one out at the end. Waza does improve just a little bit. Miller didn't need an extra cross. Miller does improve, but stays in P4, 109.853. Then it looks like we got Aston Martin. Is that Lack coming around? It is.
Mark and Elfie pushed me out of the top 10.
Lack gonna come and set a lap. Will he jump into the top 10? Not enough. He does not improve, so no top 10 for him. You see Gronfeld jumped up there. 109.504, and that is the end of the qualifying session, so wait for it to pop back around here, and we'll get you a lineup for the Canadian GP. There we go. It is set the Red Bull on the front row, joined by the Alpina Gronfeld, mixing Gronfeld there. Row 2 is going to be Snoken and Miller.
I hope no
Row
one
number 3, Chartman and
winning up.
I-49. Oli and Toast going to make up row 4. Mark and Alfie, and then Fran in row 5. Lack and Joey in row 6. Wazza and Gunnerwill in row 7. Iceman and Stug in row 8. Then in row 9, you got James Power and Ragnar. So, as we see yesterday, James Power not afraid to come out here and hustle this thing. So we'll get loaded up into the race here. I believe no formation lap, so we'll go straight into racing. Hopefully nobody is a button pusher and hits that thing too early and allows these guys to get strategies in. And hopefully we can keep rolling. And Gunnerwill says he's going to see how the tire choice in the back helps him out. So definitely not a normal qualifying session for him. He's usually up in that top 5.
Somebody's readied up.
Fighting it out with these guys. So looks a little bit gloomy here for the race start.
Ollie,
Did
Nixie
say
or
there was no
Ragnar?
rain in the forecast, so it looks like just a cloudy day.
Okay.
Let's see what it brings though.
I wouldn't have thought it'd be Ragnar. Because he'd have had to do the setup as well.
Strategies in and get rolling.
Oh, finish my secret to half.
Good luck, guys.
All right, we'll count down here. We have 35 laps here at the Canadian circuit.
fucking time.
It's awesome. Really well. I'm not even gonna make that.
Toast is ready again.
Like they go straight into the race. There's a formation lap, so leave race and start quick. And then you pull
Whoa!
too quick.
What the hell?
Always getting pushed from behind.
Got 5 red lights, and they are off. As you can see, Nixie gets a good start. Groenfeld 3 wide. There's that 3 wide. The Ferrari. What is the Ferrari doing there? Iceman must have missed his braking point. Jumps corner. He's gonna get those spots back. So I'm gonna assume that he just missed a braking point. Did his best to avoid everybody. Did pick up a 3 second there. I think that's a valid one in that case, but he did give the spots back at least, so no harm, no foul. They move on. Luckily, didn't hit anybody right. Ragnar up quite a few spots here. Let's jump over to that 8 spots already. Not quite sure how he's already got 8 spots. That was just. I am not sure what happened there, but we have lost Wazza. They were coming down into the corner. There was some contact made with Ragnar, so not sure what exactly happened to constitute that. We are under VSC now on lap number 1. Hopefully keep this thing going.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green. Okay, clear.
You see, we're still under virtual safety car here. Got some people in the pits. 3 drivers in the pits already, so definitely some damage there early on as we are back to green. Groenfeld is on the backside of Nixie there in the Red Bull for the lead. We're on lap number 2, just coming to the end of sector 1. See, Groenfeld's got a good run here. Is he going to take a look? He is not. Going to tuck that back in. We're going to stay on board with this one here, down into the hairpin. They still have to finish this lap before they get DRS, so no advantage there. See, these guys aren't burning up too much DRS just yet, so that's good to see. You're going to want that later on. The other thing, as we talked about yesterday, penalties are going to be the killer. We're going to side-by-side here. Snoken going to get around Miller. Not sure. I saw them jump back and forth. Not sure who got who. Miller's not done. He's going to put this thing side by side with him. Going down into the chicane. He does clear. Good by Joe's both drivers there to get through that one. Too early on to be throwing things too quickly. Chartman says fast lap. That will definitely drop some more as this is only early on, full of fuel. A good run by Miller to get away there. Can't quite open the gap as much as he wants. As you see down here, Gunnerwill does get around. James Powers down at the back of the field. They'll be hoping for a safety car to get closed back in. Definitely changes the strategy quite a bit. We can see Nixie here has opened up his lead just a little bit, just about 8/10. Behind that, Groenfeld is right there. Miller is back 1.2 now that DRS is open. So we'll see what these guys are going to do. You see quite a few drivers within that second range as they're coming around here over around the hairpin. And they drove through that DRS activation or timing. They come around here. We'll see some DRS open. So we'll jump on with Snoke, and he's going to have a run on Miller. So these two boxing back and forth here in the opening laps of this GP. Snoken will complete that pass and move on. The way the Canadian center is set up where it's a double DRS zone. So once you get that DRS around that hairpin and you activate it coming down there, you will have it in the next straight. So it doesn't matter how that one goes. As we have a yellow in sector 3, not sure who that was. You can see the top 4 now have all got within DRS. We're going to have a little bit of a front of the field DRS train here. Groenfeld leads the way over Nixie. Snoken and Miller right behind. Miller, your point leader, he's just looking to collect points. Nobody in front of him is a right now threat. Not to say that nothing can change, but he's going to look to hold on to this and collect as many points as he can. Work himself towards that championship here for the T5 Sundays. Lost a little bit of spot there, but he does have the DRS, so should be able to close back in. But those top 3 look like they could be pulling away from him. He's going to come around, just sneak it past the wall of champions. Mark Alfie picks up 3-second penalties. 2 penalties so far. So Mark Alfie not in a bad spot, up 3 spots. So starting to spread out a little bit here through the field. If you look away from the top 3, as the top 3 are in a little bit of a fight. Not close enough to make moves, but they are definitely close enough to fill mirrors and let the other drivers know they're there. James Powers picks up a 3-second. Head down and keep chugging, guys. Long race to go as we will come across this time by 30 to go.
Understood, copy that.
Welcome, Jonas. Yeah, are we in, how did you find me, I guess I should say. Are we in Discord? I can send you a link in Discord. Let me see if I can get one in the chat here. Just a second. So you can see we're coming down the first part of the DRS straight here after the hairpin. Double DRS, like I was saying. Snoken is within range. Don't know if he's going to have enough to make a move here. Will he take a look? He's going to take a look to the inside here, coming down into turn 2. Groenfeld not ready to give that spot up. Is going to have the inside line and the advantage. That's only going to let Nixie close in a little bit more on the back of this. So we'll see what they can do. That should be a link there, Jonas, for the Discord. Good, join in, and they will be in contact. Obviously, our the admin right now are racing, so give them a little bit, and then they'll get you a test set up. If Snow can go through a spin, stuck his nose in maybe a little bit eager there on Groenfeld. Didn't really have the line. Does get spun it around, and is going to drop down to 7th place now. So let's get that thing going back straight and collect it back together and try to come back through the field. Like I say, we have a long race to go. Just over 29 laps to go. We get a battle up front again as Groenfeld's under pressure from Nixie in the Red Bull. DRS is open. Not going to have enough to make a move here. We did see the moves there made last time by Snoken, and it was a side-by-side battle. The problem is if you take the left side of the entry of that whole chicane, you end up on the outside of that little sweeper, and it is a tough place to be. And Nixie did pick up a 3-second there. I was wondering. That was a little bit close, and so early penalties are gonna start adding up here. James Powers picks up another one. So James not having quite the luck he had yesterday as we have a Ferrari in the pits. At this point, I think James just needs to make sure he doesn't get lapped as, I mean, I can't see us making this whole thing without a safety car. Commentator curse maybe, but, you know, that's just how I do it. Sharpman close it in on Miller. He's got himself into DRS range, so keep an eye on that along with Iceman and Snow King closed in on the back of Ice 19. That'll be a battle for 6th place. Gunner Roll is the other one who is within range. So we'll jump down here, see if these guys can get a run. Nobody close enough to do anything just yet. Lack is within range of Ragnar in the Altari. Not enough to do anything, so field's kind of spreading out here and rolling. What's up, Gingy? Welcome to the chat.
Green flag.
Like I say, if you are a driver in this thing, share this with your friends. Have them come in and cheer for you in the chat. I'll give you a shout out. I mean, I love having the chat being interactive and letting me know who they're cheering for. And it's a good time, you know. It's something I very much enjoy. On the other side as a driver, I enjoy that commentator that's going to get your people involved in the action. I always keep an eye on that chat throughout the whole stream, so don't be afraid to let me know how it's going, let me know who you're cheering for, who you think's going to win. And as always, bananas in the chat. I mean, that's all there is to it. James Powers just pushing a little bit too much here. Another 3-second penalty for him. Let's jump over here. See the penalties. You can see a couple drivers with 3 seconds. And you got one with 6, one with 9. Like I say, those will add up before the end of this thing. We'll do a little bit of through the field. We got Groenfeld out front in an Alpine, leading the way. He's up 1 spot from his starting position. That pole sitter was Nixie there in the Red Bull, dropped that spot. So those guys just swapped their spots and have rolled on. Groenfeld has opened that gap up to 1.3 now. Behind them, your points leader, DPR Miller. He's under threat right now from Chartman in 4th. Both of them are up 1 spot from their starting position. You see Chartman is not quite close enough to make a move. He's going to look to get this thing done after the hairpin, I'd imagine. Get that double DRS ready to go and try to make a move on the first straightaway so you can use your DRS to spread a little bit on the second straightaway. We'll ride along with Chartman here. Pause our through the field. Will he have enough to get this done before the chicane? Looks like he should have it. As you see side by side there, he'll get that move done. Miller not going to fight it too hard. Miller is collecting points. The one thing is Chartman is one of the drivers within some points of him, so he's going to want to make sure he doesn't get up too much through. Looks like Chartman has completed that pass. Miller not going to let him get away, so we'll keep an eye on that interval as we go. So back down, we got Ice 19 here in the AlphaTauri sitting in P5. The 1 spot up from where he started. And he picked up a 3-second while I'm riding along, so maybe I'm bad luck for that. Who knows? A monkey curse. You got a monkey on your back. It's okay. 3 seconds for James. James really pushing right now, trying to stay on that lead lap. You can see on the map there, they're coming through the hairpin. And we lost one. We lost Nixie, the new driver, the Red Bull, fighting for the win. It looks like he probably caught some curb coming through there. And that is the end of his race today. See him over there on the side. Tough luck for him in the Red Bull. We'll have our first safety car of the day on lap number 10. As they're coming around, we will see what kind of pit strategies we have Groenfeld in. This one is a huge one for James Powers, like I was telling him.
We'll be doing 1 more stop today. 1 stop left in our strategy.
Like I was telling him through the chat just a minute ago, don't get lapped. Keep yourself on the lead lap, and a safe car will save you. So I'm going to take a real quick break. That always trips me out to watch that because I hit a sister off everywhere I race. So to watch people fly into the pit, I was like, oh, penalty coming. We lost a Ferrari. And I don't see it on the map anywhere. Not exactly sure what just happened there. So we lost another car under the caution. Looks like Joey retired at some point as well. I believe that was in the pit. So we're 4 drivers down now. 14 still on track. As I've said before, war of attrition, finish the race and you'll be in a good spot. It really does every week come down to that. James is going to pick up another 3 seconds. Looks like it's in that final chicane. That is a tough spot to be. Jindy didn't have a good qualifying session, and then I believe lost the wing on the first lap when Waza retired. I believe he got caught up in some of that and picked up damage because he did pit at the end of lap 1. So this one's going to be huge for Gunner there in 11th. So what we got? Let's see here. Looks like everybody has made a stop so far. See what everybody put on for tires. Looks like a mixture of mediums, couple of softs, and 1 set of hards for James Powers. We'll see what these guys can do coming back in here. They got fresh tires. You got some big gainers now. We'll go through the field here on the second lap behind the safety car. So in the lead, you got Gronfeld. He's been out there for a good chunk of this race. Been battling it out, holding on, and able to keep going. Behind that, you got Chartman. Chartman is in the Williams. He's in P2, up 3 spots from his starting position. Only says he had damage lap 1 as well. Yeah, you were one of them that pit as well. Did you catch it and want to win the Mercedes DNS then? Is that the case? Behind Chartman, you got your points leader. The Drivers' Championship leader currently, and would still hold on to that, is he has a 16-point lead. Nobody's gaining 16 on him when he's sitting in third place.
Yep, Grunfeld's in the front.
The consistency is going to be key for the championship, and Miller is the king of that at the moment. He's sitting in third.
Oh no, he's keeping a steady pace.
Rough luck, got a little bit of a spin earlier on. And 5th is going to be Ice 1.
Mind you, he is slowing down a bit now.
Aston Martin of Mark and Alfie in 6th. That's Toast in the other Williams in 7th. Got Fran in the Mercedes.
No, he's slowing down. He's slowing down.
The Ferrari in 8th. Blacking in Aston Martin in 9th. Oh, he's going to round out your top 10 here in a Mercedes. We'll jump on board. Gronfeld leading the way here. There's off there, and we will be ready to go. We'll get this thing started on lap number 13. 23 laps to go here in the Canadian GP for Phoenix Racing League. We see he's gassed it up. Did he catch Chartman sleeping? No, he did not. Chart's going to keep him within range. As you can see, they are dicing. Nobody really within range. We do have Mark and Alfie. Take a look to the inside. Ice 1-9. Not quite enough to get that done. Everybody else appears to be falling in line. No issues. Had maybe an issue back here. Ragnar into the pit. Had a penalty. And it's taking a wing change. Looks like maybe he had a contact there under that safety car. Didn't catch that. As we lost the other AlphaTauri. Goes for a spin. Does have all the end plates. Looks like the wing is intact. He drops back to 11th now in the other AlphaTauri. So rough low restart here for the AlphaTauri. Grosfeldt still leading the way though. He's got 3 cars within tow. So we'll keep an eye on this battle up front. We'll actually jump on the Snowkin here. We'll do a little onboard, watch this 4-car battle for the lead. As they come around to finish this lap, they'll have to do one more lap before DRS enables. Trying to remember who that is. They said they hit the wall. JRS, what's your PSN if you're listening, if you're not racing right now? I can't remember. I try to remember who everybody is, but the different names always throw me off, so it takes me a second. Joey, okay. Oh, you hit the wall? Where at? Just got loose, or did you have an issue of another kind? Chartman gonna pick up a 3-second penalty. So that's going to leave 2 of the top 4 here with no penalties. So that is a huge one. Behind that, Fran and Lack back in 7th and 8th, no penalties. We saw yesterday a late safety car came out, bunched the field back up, and penalties shuffled the field to the point that I didn't even have a guess of who was where anymore because the times were just everywhere. So we'll hope to see a clean run to the end here, and we'll have 21 laps to go this time by. DRS will be enabled after they pass the start-finish line. So the next time they come around after the hairpin, they will get that double DRS open. We can see these 4 drivers still within range, so they'll be looking to stay there. Open that DRS, close this gap up, not let Gronefeld get away. One thing Gronefeld usually is one that kind of runs away, so we see that these guys are keeping up with him today and keeping him in check and not letting him grow that lead too much. If you can keep within DRS through here, you're doing good. That DRS can be a huge benefit coming down those 2 straights. As you see, these top 4 still within shout. But don't look now, the Aston Martin of Mark and Alfie's closing in on this top 5, or the top 4. He's sitting in 5th in a good spot, as you see Snoken right on the gearbox of Miller. Snoken really with nothing to lose here. He's just a newer driver, so he's working his way up the standings. Miller is going to have to be careful and make sure he keeps that thing straight. You don't want any complication in your championship fight. Mark and Alfie a little bit loose coming out of the corner, still keeps it within range. We can see no moves being made yet. Snoken the only one I think really that could. Mark and Alfie maybe could. They're going to keep it nose to tail. A little bit deep in the corner by Mark and Alfie. Good save there. I don't believe he took any damage. Let's jump up. Can't tell yet. End plate. I do see all the end plates there. Looks to be intact, so no damage there. As he did set the fast lap. Mark and Alfie won the fast lap there, I believe in the 1:12.3 if I remember correctly. Miller, your points leader, picked up his first penalty of the day. So Gronefeld sitting in the catbird seat now as he is out front with no penalties. All the drivers behind him had penalties back to 7. So we will see what he can do. As long as he keeps this thing out front, he's got this wrapped up, and all he's got to do is just keep on rolling. I do believe everybody should be going to the end here. That being said, I can't guarantee that. I don't know what everybody's tire wear is like. I know my Dash app, I can pull it up, but it doesn't show me the wear, and it shows me the heat of the tires. But unfortunately, you can't see the wear, and that would be a good stat to be able to see. As Snoken's going to go ahead and open up that DRS. Miller had it as well, but Snoken with a little bit better run coming out of the corner. They're going to go side by side in. Miller tucks back in. Good job by him. That right there is what wins championships. No one when to push, no one when to back off. 1:11.942 for a fast lap in Gronefeld as he has opened that thing up over that DRS range. Behind him, though, those 4 drivers behind him not done with this yet. They got Chart, Snoken, Miller, and Mark all sitting within DRS range. Behind that, other Potos drop back a little bit. But then you got Brandon Lack right on his gearbox as well. Those are the only battles on track currently. So we'll stay on board with this one. So it looks like the second chicane is actually what got Joey and the McLaren. Tough luck today. We'll see you back next week. I don't know that I've called a race with you in there before, Joey, have I? Or do you always, is it always Sundays? I get mixed up with, there's so many divisions in Phoenix Racing League that sometimes I get lost. Snoken's going to get himself up into second. I think Snoken's a good threat here for Gronefeld. He's got to get back to him. They were racing hard before. Snoken stuck his nose in maybe is just a little bit too eager. As your points leader in Mark and Alfie side by side, medium versus soft. Good side-by-side action there. A lot of respect shown by both drivers. Leaving each other room, coming down into this chicane. Miller, championship smarts right there. He knows that it's early. There's still plenty of race to go with. We are at the halfway mark of this thing. We'll have 17 to go the next time by. And Miller's sitting in 5th right now. Not in a bad spot to contend for that championship. Let's see what the penalties look like. He's got 3 seconds, so, you know, that hurts, but it doesn't burn you as much as that won't drop him anywhere. He would gain a spot currently as Mark Alfie has 6 seconds, but the real thing to watch is going to be Fran and Lack in the, I call the Ferrari Mercedes again. Oh man, I'm gonna get hated on by the Branson horses. The Ferrari and the Aston Martin with no penalties, sitting in a pretty good spot right now. A late safety car would really throw a wrench in this thing. But we continue on in this gloomy conditions, but no rain. Keep a dry race. 21 penalties for James back there. Definitely not having the day he had yesterday. Mark and Alfie closing in on the back of Chartman. Earlier on, Mark said he didn't have the pace to keep up with these guys, but apparently he said, screw this, threw his helmet off. As you can see as he goes by with no helmet on, so apparently he doesn't need a helmet, said, F this, I'm out. And who knows, maybe that's what caused one of these DNFs. Was there a helmet on track? Did we see a helmet? Was the Aston Martin driver throwing a little shade to the wind and throwing the helmet onto the track to keep these guys honest? We see this great three-car battle here, though, with Chartman, Alfie, and Miller.
Gap to teammate behind is 5.8 seconds.
Miller dropped back a little bit. I don't think he's trying to push too much. Keep himself within DRS range of these couple of drivers here, and he's in a great spot. Right now, the only one in front of him who is even a threat in the points, I believe, is Chartman. I don't think so. He's really far up there. Let's go ahead and pull it up against quick. Yeah, Girls Vote right now 26 points, so he's 50 back. He would need Miller to have some issues to do anything here. Miller sitting where he's at is in a great spot. Only lose a few points to Chart. So, see Mark and Alfie up in the third now. Apparently the no helmet was the motivation he needed to get this thing going. So last year the glitch, if you joined late, it would give you no arms. You would have no arms or hands holding the steering wheel. This year it's no helmet. I like this year better. It's like a scarlet letter. You have no helmet, you join late, you're fired. I'm just kidding. Is Chartman gonna have a look here? Will he have enough? He's gonna take the shot at it. Oh, Mark and Alfie threw us all off and went into the pits there. So I'm wondering if everybody else is planning pit stops, if he's just trying to play a little undercut on everybody here.
0 seconds.
So now that's gonna move the Ferrari of Fran Batisto. That's what I'm going with. In the Ferrari. That's going to move him up into the top 5, but he is under attack. He got to run on ethical toast, but he's got Lack right behind him. Lack's been on his case the whole time. So these three are going to fight it out as the other ones I was watching have spread out just a little bit. So we're going to jump on board here for this battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Fran's going to look to open that up as they hunted down the coast. I do believe they have just a little more pace, and so with him in the middle, Fran could open this up enough and get away from Lack. We'll see how this plays out, though. Puts him in P5. Great spot for him. Jump over here. Let's look at position changes. Our top positions gauge right now is going to be Gunnerwell in 8th, up 6 spots, and Stug up 6 as well in 10th. Okay, Sundays and Tuesdays. Yeah, I don't do anything with Tuesdays, so. And yeah, early DNF can really kill. It's. I ran into that a while back and just had to really teach myself to not focus on beating everybody right away and just 100% focus on keeping the car straight. And the finishes might not come right away, but if you're finishing the race, a lot of times, as we've seen in this, you're going to be in a good spot to collect some points. So, we'll wish you some good luck here for next Tuesday. then on to Sunday next week in Brazil. And Lack got her. What did I miss here? Lack made a move on Toast, and now all of a sudden Toast is in front of the two of them. I'm guessing Fran had a little bit of an issue, so Fran going to have to work himself back. Was in a really good spot there and lost those 2 spots, and it puts him in a little bit of a predicament. See what everybody's got.
Is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap.
CC, everybody on mediums, minus only in 11th on soft. I-29 picks up another penalty. Ragnar is on hards there in 14th, so mediums, 12 laps on those things. I think maybe we will see some more pit stops here. Mark Nalfi going to set a fast lap on his fresh mediums. Back there in 9th, not a bad spot, especially if he's setting fast laps and everybody else does make a pit stop. He's going to be sitting in a good spot for a little bit of an undercut. Hopefully still has the tires to hold him off at the end. Only picks up a 3-second penalty. Mark Nalfi's going to get around Gunnerwell. So really hustling the car here. That Aston Martin moving back through the field. 10 lap fresher tires than Gunner it was, so we'll see. I'm going to guess these guys are going to come in and throw some sauce on here in about 3 laps. Make a 9-10 lap run at it, and we are on lap number 23. Keeping an eye on this. This was over about 2.5, not too long ago. So okay, it's slowing in. Not quite to that DRS zone yet, so you wonder if Groenfeld's letting him get to that closeness, but not too close. But man, he really closed it in through that final chicane, heading to the start and finish line. Chart and Miller swap spots as Chart into the pit. So we do see that these guys are starting some more pit stops. Chart's going to go over to the soft. We're going to see what that does. He was right around Mark and Alfie. It looks like Mark and Alfie gained a ton on that early pit stop. Now the question is, in this mix, will the mediums hold off the soft long enough? It looks like he gained, I want to say 6 seconds, because he had just passed Chartman. They were side by side when he came into the pit, but now has over a 5-second gap. So good call there to get the undercut. We're going to see how that one works out in the long run. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm going to call it now, though. You're going to see some of these drivers not pit. You're going to see somebody stretch these mediums a long ways. As we got these 3 back at it, but it's for 4th now. Toast with the freshest tires of the group. Lack 1 lap older, and then Fran is 4 laps older than Toast. You see them chasing. If they are under attack, we'll jump on board, and Mark and Alfie's going to approach these guys. I'm going to stay on board for this. Toast into the pit. Gunner will into the pit, so we see some more pit stops working themselves out. If those leaders pit, honestly, Alfie is in a really good spot here to compete for a podium. A little bit of contact there with Ferrari. He's got a lot more pace. He's got to be patient. He wants to gain the time, but he's got to be patient and doesn't want to lose a wing or go for a spin here. Up on that curb, he does a good job to bring it through. That's going to get him into the 4th.
Okay,
and you can see the gaps there. So he is 9 seconds back of Miller, roughly 17 seconds behind Snoken, and 18 to 19 behind Groenfeld. So if they all pit, that's going to put him in the lead at that point. But the tire situation then would be, can he hold them off as they would all go to soft as we see Snoken into the pit? See what Miller's going to do. Miller's going to continue on. I'm really wondering what the tire wear is like on these things right now. I honestly think you can make it here if you're Miller or Groenfeld. Groenfeld especially, he's got such a lead that he can back it off and save the tires a little bit. Lack into the pit as well. So we're seeing some strategies played here. We saw an early pit stop by Mark and Alfie in the Aston Martin, and then they've kind of been scattered since then. Definitely an interesting strategy. I said it before the race. With all dry conditions, this race can be a huge strategy. We had a safety car. That's when those guys, Groenfeld and Miller, got those mediums. That was roughly about 15, 16 laps ago. James Powers disqualified from the session for multiple penalties, so doesn't happen a lot, but Canada is the only place I've ever actually seen it. Tough one for James today. Couldn't double up what he had yesterday with the advancement. He'll take that Red Bull home, and is it a Red Bull? I don't remember now. I think he was in a Red Bull. He'll take that Red Bull home and look for a brighter day next week. Mark Alfie picked up a 3 seconds. So let's go ahead and pull up these penalties now. Oh, Mark Alfie's got 15 seconds. I didn't realize he had that much. Maybe that's why the undercut came into mind. As you have a lot of penalties, you can hopefully gain enough to gap some of these people. Really got to hope for not getting a late safety car, as that one would burn. Grosfeld still holding on to 11.5 second lead. Chartman on the back of the Ferrari of Fran for 5th place. Fran with no penalties though. Fran sitting in a great spot right here to gain 1 spot for sure. Now 2 spots. As you see, Chartman gets himself back into 5th place. Is currently in enough of space to jump up to 4th. Coming around the hairpin there. That Williams, one of my favorite cars in the game. I actually enjoy the Williams and the Red Bull. The 2 cars I like driving the most on here.
I have no penalties. 1 warning.
So we have a safety car. Oh, we lost a Mercedes.
Toaster and Fran.
Let's let it go. Because now I'm not going to get one behind the tractor.
That Mercedes is right here. It looks like maybe through the wall of champions. Oli lost out there. Oli, you're probably in the chat again still. What happened there? See, plenty of lap traffic there. Did he just hit, I take it?
I'll get Elfie with 15 seconds.
Yeah, if Miller stays out on those mediums, we're going to have, let's see, I'm going to get 6 laps to go when this thing goes back to green. We are under safety car number 2 here on lap number 28. Phoenix Racing League T5 Sunday event. As Jonas earlier found out, if you are interested in joining in on any of this racing, they're doing this thing 6 days a week. Multiple different things going on. We have 2 weeks left in the calendar for this season before they head into next season. Next season will create a little bit more of a tiered event or Discord and lineups and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens with that one. But like I say, if you're interested in joining, just go ahead and put something in the chat. I will get a link added in there for you. Miller is going to go into the pits here and bring out and pick up some sauce. He's probably going to drop back to about 8th or 9th.
John, be careful.
And that one saved Ragnar.
Yeah, I know.
Down. He was behind Miller. Once Miller went in, he was able to pass the safety car. So that one worked out in his favor as well. He'll just catch up to the back of the field. Him and his teammate back there, 11th and 12th. Going to want to fight back into the top 10 and get themselves some points. Looks like Oli hit the chicane curve back and went out and just lost it. That was a shocking race today. Yeah, it was a rough one for you. Just pack it up. Be ready for the next one. I'm going to grab a drink real quick during the sixth car before we get going green. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Appreciate any of that. Just try to close in on that 200 mark before the end of the month. And other than that, I will be right back with you to get this thing finished up.
Catch up to the field a bit. We're dropping too far back. Remember that we need to stay within 10 car lengths of the next car.
it looks like the field wasn't caught up enough. We're going to go one more lap behind the pace car. That'll make it a 5-lap shootout here at the end. Rosenfeld sitting in the best spot, no penalties. Lack in a great spot as well with no penalties. Everybody on the soft tires here. Chartman with the oldest, with 5 laps off. Not a problem to go to the end though on those things.
John, what's the penalty up there?
Snocken was 6.
So everybody in the chat,
Myself was 6. Mark and Alfie 15. Fran on 3.
Okay, perfect.
Groenfeld in the lead with none.
Snoken and Chartman both with 6 seconds, sitting in second and third. Mark and Alfie in fourth with 15 seconds.
So you're looking to jump at least to third if you're in 6th place.
In 7th with 6 seconds of penalties. Miller, our championship leader, in 8th, 3 seconds of penalties. Gunnerwell in 9th, 6 seconds of penalties. And Stugi's got 3 seconds, sitting in the final point gain position. Jump over here, who's gained the most spots so far? Looks like Stug and Ragnar up 6 spots, along with a group of 4 drivers up 5 spots. So that will definitely change as this thing goes. What you see in the running order is not how they're going to finish. I can guarantee you that. We'll have to wait and see how this one plays out.
Now Groenfeld's going real slow.
Safety car is in the side. Groenfeld in the Alpine going to lead the way. We're going to have 5 to go here. And we'll let that safety car pull out just a bit. Honestly, one of the easiest
And he's slowing down.
places for safety car restarts because they pull into the pits before the chicane. And we have a collision back here. Mark and Alfie and Chartman look like they made a little bit of contact. No damage up there, but definitely know what you don't want to do with only 5 laps to go. Stay on board here. As always watch out the back of the leader. He gets a pretty good jump heading in the chicane, but Snoken's going to get a good run through the chicane. Will he have enough to get this thing done? And you can see not quite enough to take a shot at it. Nobody is side by side. We are clear. And on to the rest of this race. Like I said, 5 laps to go here. The final 5 laps could be a deciding factor, especially with all the penalties. Lack's going to want to just try to hold tight with these guys because he will jump a ton of spots. He could find himself on the podium in the 2nd spot, really, as it stands. Snoken's going to look to try to get ahead of Groenfeld a little bit. I don't think he's got enough time, though, to open it up 6 seconds. You can see we have just a nose-to-tail 3-car train coming down into the hairpin. Looks like Mark and Alfie had a little bit of issue there, and that's pulled off. Not sure what's going on there. Looks like maybe he had an issue in the hairpin and pulled off and let the drivers by. So that shuffled everybody up one more spot. We'll go ahead and pull those penalties back up.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.9 seconds.
So we got Groenfeld leading the way, Snoken right behind. Chartman with 11 seconds of penalties due to that safety car penalty. I think that one might be one that's removed since he was the lead driver. Not sure exactly how that went down, as we are 3.5 laps from the finish here. So as it stands, I believe your podium would be Groenfeld. And then you would have Lack. After Lack, I believe, is going to be Fran in the Ferrari. So this one's going to be interesting as it comes down to the end. Fran had a great spot here in the Ferrari with only 3 seconds of penalties. He'll get jumped by Lack as it stands, but that's the only one who's going to jump him. Everybody else behind it has a penalty of some sort.
DRS is now online.
See how this one plays out as we come down to 3 to go. Snoken still can't get the move done on Groenfeld up there, so he's just following along. DRS isn't able, so we'll have 3 laps of DRS. Definitely can make this thing a little more interesting as they come to the end. Frane's just got to be careful here in that Ferrari chase Chartman. He's got less penalties. even if that 5 seconds removes from chart, it's still not enough to help him with Fran. Look at the match. You can see those front two really stretch this thing out. Everybody else staying nice and tight. Your points leader under attack here from the AlphaTauri, Ice 1-9. Jump on board. Doesn't look like he's going to have enough. They both have the DRS, so not enough pull with that. Goes to close down. They'll come through this chicane, head towards the hairpin where they're going to have another DRS double zone. Not enough to get anything done here for Ice 1-9. He's going to take a late break into it. Really deep in there. Makes a little bit of contact with your points leader. Your points leader is not going to fight him too hard here. He's thinking about a championship at hand right now. The bad thing is, though, is down in ninth. You're not gaining a lot of points. He'll jump up, though, with the penalties. Like I say, penalties are going to play this one huge. Got to make sure you don't pick up any more. Gunner will pick up another one. That's going to hurt, as he was in the mix with the same penalties around him. So, good old audio quality sometimes on this game is hilarious. Kronfeld still leading the way with 2 to go. Snoking in tow, but can't do anything with it. Penalty is going to hurt him at the end. As we see Gunner will toast Lack and Chartman in a nose-to-tail battle for 4 through 7. Toast went for a little bit of a slide there. No damage. Continues on. Got Lack here in a great spot. I do believe that's going to be enough to still hold on to a podium. Absolutely. That's going to get him second still with Fran in third. Good view there. See the work of the hands in the head as he leans into that corner. See Lax guy. Oh, we got a yellow in sector 1.
This is your final lap of the race.
Flag mark at Alfie. Ragnar picked up a penalty trying to get around Miller. Miller in a tough spot here. Looks like he might have some wing damage. Oh, no, it doesn't. No wing damage, but man, he was really pushing. Looked like a shovel on the front of that car. He was plowing. Snokin has gotten around Dronefeld, not going to open enough of the gap. As we're on our final lap here. They're heading to the end of Sector 2 on this final lap. We'll stay on board with this one for now. You do see that battle for 4 through 7. Still nice and tight. We'll jump over that here in just a moment. That Snokin is going to open this up. Dronefeld just got to keep that thing straight to bring the victory home. Fran and the Ferrari in a great spot here as well. Is that going to have enough to jump? Okay, so this is going to get interesting as they come down here. Those two have really opened up that gap, so that's going to help in the long run for Snokin there in the Haas. Snokin again is going to finish in the lead on the last lap. Lack gets around Chartman here, coming to the final chicane. So we see Groenfeld's going to jump to the top, Snokin into second. Fran stays in third as of now. Lack jumps up to third. Gunnerwill to 5th, Unethical Toast to 6th, Chartman to 7th, Ice 1-9 in 8th, Ragnar in 9th. Miller going to jump himself up into 8th, get a couple extra points there with the finish. Not quite what he was going to want for that championship hunt. Ice 1-9 and Ragnar, the AlphaTauri, is going to round out your point standing. So they come around here. We'll go through your final finishing order. Lack, the games driver of the day. And I do believe that's going to be my vote as well. Let's pull up the standings though and see. I don't let them celebrate on the podium. No celebration. Kronfeld leads the way in the Alpine. 1:11.656 fast lap is what he's going to take. Snokin right behind that fast lap if you look. Snokin brings it home P2 again. Loses another one to the penalty here in Canada. 2 days in a row. Tough luck, but still a great finish there for the Haas. Lack in third. Great run by him. That, yeah, definitely 11 to third. That's your driver of the day right there for me. Lack in the Aston Martin. Bring the podium home. Fran in the Ferrari in P4. Gunnerwill is going to be in 5th place. Unethical Toast. Chartman, Miller, Ice19, and Ragnar are going to round out your top 10 here for the Canadian GP. This is Phoenix Racing League T5 Sunday event. As always, if you you're interested in joining the league, let me know. I'll get you some info, and we will pass that along. Welcome everybody that has joined. Thank you for joining. We will wrap this thing up for the Sunday division today and move on to next weekend. So we will see you next weekend. I am the Monkey Mafia. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Especially follow. We're trying to build that up as we speak. I appreciate anything you guys can do, and we will see you next week. Thank you.
Join me tomorrow night as we race at USA. Round 6 of Phoenix Racing. 100%. Short quality, 100% race.